Now, Lafarge-Africa says the strategic decision to divest from Lafarge South Africa holdings will enable the company to boost its cash flow and net income and focus on its operations in Nigeria. Cement maker recorded a full-year loss before tax of 19.5 billion naira, while first quarter profit after tax came in at 3.14 billion naira. Bruno Bayet, the Chief Financial Officer of Lafarge-Africa, he joins me to break down the numbers. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today, Bruno.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming because the last time we spoke was in your Q3 earnings. And looking back now, first I'd like you to speak to the reason for the delay and then what happened in your full year numbers.
All right, thank you. So indeed, it took a bit some time to release our results for the full year 2018. The reason is majorly because of South Africa. During the course of the review of financial years, 2018, we came to the situation that there was an issue with South Africa and the poor performance. So this has driven the process of considering all the options on the exit of South Africa, and the board has agreed and considered that selling South Africa back to Lafarge-Holcim Group was in the best interest for the minorities of Lafarge-Africa.
All right,
so this has delayed the process of releasing our accounts, and now we have disclosed our 2018 together with the Q1 and the proposed divestment of South Africa.
All right, now let's get into the full year numbers. We saw it recorded a loss after tax of about 8.8 billion naira. What played out there?
So I would say first you have to look at what has been done over the last 3 years. We have done a massive transformation of the company. There was 3 problems. 1, Nigeria performance. 2, the level of our debt. 3, South Africa. Nigeria performance, strong recovery in our performance, sustainable. And when you look at our 2018 results, Nigeria has delivered a strong performance with Q4 volume up by 9% and sales volume up and a very strong performance. Also, we have reduced in Nigeria the cost of debt, and we have recognized pioneer status thanks to financing line 2. So really very strong results in Nigeria. Second step is the level of our debt. We have done 2 rights issue. The 2 rights issue have significantly reduced our leverage of Lafarge-Africa and in Nigeria. So this will continue to reduce the cost of our interest charge on the P&L. So definitely historic the balance sheet of Lafarge-Africa. The third step is the divestment. We'll talk about it later. So this is what has been done over the last 3 years. So 2018 still reflects a very strong performance from Nigeria. The problem of South Africa, where the results are not very strong, and dragging the poor performance on our profit after tax. Looking at Nigeria only, performance is very strong.
Let's get into your first quarter then. We're seeing your operating profit was up about 35%, and then your net sales were down 2.6%. What played out there in the first quarter?
So first quarter, we have to split between Nigeria and South Africa. Nigeria continued the very strong performance. There is growth in our volume, but there is still price erosion. So price erosion goes straight to the bottom line. And the price erosion is coming from a competitor adding capacity in Nigeria and trying to push for more market share. But we have been able to sustain and grow the market share, so that's why our volume are very good. And in terms of performance, our energy strategy and industrial cost or cost reduction program is ongoing. That is sustaining the performance of Nigeria. And we benefit from the rights issue that has been concluded on the 8th of March. So from March, we have less interest charged and we still benefit from pioneer status. So Nigeria performance remains very strong. And South Africa, so we saw in Q4 a positive EBITDA for the first time. Q1 in South Africa, however, has still been negative, mainly because there has been a kiln shutdown, and that is dragging a little bit the performance in Q1. We expect to see more positive results in the Q2 for South Africa, but now South Africa will be divested, so
Yeah,
we have to focus on Nigeria mainly.
Yeah, because I want to get into what the impact of this divestment will be for the company going forward. You know, I need to break down for me as much as possible.
So the proposed divestment is completely selling all South Africa operations. So this is held by Lafarge South Africa Holding. So we'll be selling 100% of that entity for $317 million. I think it's a very attractive transaction for the shareholders. We will therefore we'll set off the foreign currency debts that we have with our parent company fully. So the benefit of Lafarge-Africa is we deleverage the company, we reduce the exposure of our foreign currency debts, and we'll be deleveraged. So it will positively impact our profit after tax and strengthen the balance sheet and allow us to consider for future investments in Nigeria. Nigeria is still an economy that is growing and will become a pure play in Nigeria.
All right, but then what's the outlook for then the rest of the half year and then the rest of the year?
Outlook is we still continue to expect growth for the full year 2019. 2019 is a year of election, so there's always a transition, and that is affecting the consumption of cements. But we are positive on the growth of the cement industry. For the prices, we continue to believe that price will remain stable. The performance of Nigeria will remain robust. And now with the benefit of the divestment, that should be approved at the AGM on the 22nd of July. The balance sheet of Lafarge-Africa will be significantly improved, and we will deliver stronger results.
All right, then. Thank you so much for your time on the show today. I've been speaking to Bruno Bayet. He's the Chief Financial Officer of Lafarge-Africa.